Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm the MysteriousJG. We're on the Trail of Hope. We've rescued the Moshai. She's agreed to take us into the Remnant Vault on Aya so that we can see why it's active and how it's connected to the network of vaults. So we might have quite a bit of plot stuff to do before these next planets unlock, actually. But look at all the things that we did there. Called dude from the meeting room, met the resistance, infiltrated the facility, we entered the facility, we talked to the resistance squad, we searched for the Moshai, we found out where the pods go, we scanned for the Moshai's pod, we interfaced with the nearby console, we located the Moshai's pod, we talked to Jaal, we chased the Ket Cardinal, we defeated the Ket Cardinal, we talked to the Moshai, we held out for the shuttle extraction, we reached the shuttle, and we escorted the Moshai to the edge of the roof. Now we can return with the Moshai to Aya, but first, we've got to chit-chat with Chit-Chat. That was another reference to a Spontaneous Nation episode, actually. Chit-chat! Like, I think if the people who were on that podcast were in this room, they would not recognize the fact that I'm referencing it, and yet I expect you to get it. Paul F. Tompkins, who delivered the line, Chit-chat, would not know what I was talking about.
The swelling has gone down significantly, and I seem to be able to talk normally again.
No, you still sound weird to me.
And remember, cool food and liquid only. Nothing spicy.
Thank you, Lexi.
So many rules. Are you alright? Did you eat something that caused you to stop speaking like a Glaswegian?
Is there something wrong? Did you hurt yourself?
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just getting over some inflammation of the soft tissues of the mouth. It was dramatic, but ultimately non-threatening.
What?
Have you ever heard of the lick test?
The lick
Back
test?
before scanners were portable, Earth scientists would employ this test in the field. They used it to tell rocks from fossils and get a basic idea of their mineral composition.
Dumb and risky seems harsh. You licked something.
You licked a rock, didn't you?
I was distracted and forgot it was a Helios rock. I do it unconsciously.
I lick rocks
When I
all
was
the time.
little, my father and I would go on expeditions. The lick test was a huge part of it.
I was always licking
He
my
made
father's
science
rocks.
fun for me.
I think that's why I'm not...
Your mother was something of a scientist, wasn't she?
I always used to lick me father's rocks. I think that's why I can't abide the idea of licking another man's rocks. And went lesbo. It's hard to talk about her. Oh, come on. Yes, she was.
She specialized in biotics research. Got her start in medicine.
I read all about her research and your father's. AI and implants. They achieved so much in so little time.
Yes, because the evil AI that was driving
It's
them.
an astounding achievement.
Thank
I
you.
left my parents back home. They told me they were proud of me. And then lived out their lives while I slept.
Oh. Again, like we knew we knew that would happen. So it's like I get it, but like she hasn't done anything to piss me off to make me go that way. I would probably say something nice.
If I were them, I'd be proud too. You came here for the sake of science.
Science.
That takes courage. Some crazy,
Weird science.
but mostly courage. I'm sure they knew that.
Thank you, Ryder. I needed that.
Anytime.
Let me know if you want me to lick your rocks. I suppose we should see if any new dialogue opened up with her
Liam
too.
says he's planning a movie night.
That's the idea.
I'm going
He's
for
written it
RoboCop.
off because it didn't seem right after seeing the exaltation facility.
Oh, we could always watch
But
Schindler's
now there's
List.
a delay. I had a thought. Every vid's better with snacks, right? I found
What the fuck was she looking at before her eyes refocused?
A local Helios plant, but it's rare and...
You want me to look for one?
Oh, would you? I'd love to, be social and things.
Movie night snacks. Wouldn't we be better off making getting some Cheetos or something?
Ket genetics defies everything we know. They're bits of different species, and yet all Ket.
All the time.
It's bizarre, horrifying, fascinating, all at once.
Learn what you can.
If you and the rest of the team could figure them out, it might make a huge difference.
Specifically you, since you're a science
Already on
lady.
it, Pathfinder.
I should get back to things.
Sounds good.
See if you can figure out a weapon that will wipe out their entire species. That's right, I'm talking genocide. and then arranged to watch Schindler's List on movie night. What the fuck is wrong with Ryder? I'm calling Ryder. It's not me. It's Ryder. He's a crazy Nazi. Schindler's List on movie night. That was a joke. We just got done seeing this horrible facility where these guys are being experimented on. Now it's like, yeah, let's study the cats so we can wipe them out. Sure.
The hell you did? You can't just undo 10 hours of work.
I just did.
I had to. Your revamp risks power imbalance between decks, something we solved back home.
It's twice as efficient. Just because it doesn't match your sainted specs.
And now it does. As you say, deal with it.
Ooh.
Callow.
I know, just please don't let this distract you.
Sorry, I'm having an issue with the sticker on the back of my controllers coming off, so I'm fixing it while letting them talk.
What can I do for
Why
you?
are we on Callow's side as opposed to Gil's side? I'm not saying that Gil is like completely wrong. I just understand why it's like assumed that Callow is the one who's wrong. We seem to be doing that in our dialogue. Your opinion on the others?
What do you think of the rest of the crew?
No. If I gossip anymore, I'll get in trouble.
Tell me something else about the ship.
No.
O'Connell, our systems designer, was running a power distribution model, how power moves through the ship. But he forgot to lock his terminal, and we,
Okay, he thought the thing with the
for 2
lights in the
days,
bathrooms.
poor
Gotcha.
O'Connell was convinced that turning on all the bathroom lights would overload the engine core.
I'll let you concentrate.
You know where I'll be.
Well, unless you sneak out of the hallway and just really freak me
What
out.
can I do for you?
I guess I'll check and see if anything new comes up with this.
You and Gil still aren't getting along?
He's being stubborn. All I want is for him to respect the ship. Apparently, that's too much to ask.
I'll let you concentrate.
You know where I'll be.
All right, so no deep thoughts from Callow about exhilaration, whatever it is. Oh, hey, there's another piece of crazy remnant. Oh, but we can't interact with that. It's just... Wait a second, is it? Oh, I see. She's got lots of wiring from it plugged into a Milky Way terminal. That makes sense. That's right. This doesn't actually go anywhere. I almost want to make or buy a pistol just so I can sell a few mods and get rid of the storage space they take up. Whee! All right. So we haven't spoken to. Well, this is where Phoebe's supposed to hang out, so they probably won't. No, wait, that was the other room.
Briefs.
Yeah.
This isn't good, Ryder. The Archon's dangerous. I've seen people like him before.
He's definitely a threat. We can handle him. I'd say that nice as confidence is.
He's definitely dangerous. So dangerous, I'm not sure we're ready
Now,
to
that's
deal
not what I meant, though.
Take him out. All we need is a plan.
That's not what I meant at
Where
all.
I understand the Archon thinks he knows what's best for us. Problem is, he can follow through on it. That exaltation the Ket do, it turns people into slaves.
Yeah.
He can do that to us. He has that power.
Well, we don't know
Someone
about
like
that,
me can
actually.
Take out fast and hard. Get the leader, the rest will follow. Honestly, drop a nuke on his head, blow up a sun if you have to. Take the collateral damage.
Don't know about that.
There's better ways to stop him than brute force.
Well, no, force is fine, just not blowing up a
I'm
sun.
not gonna let an enemy get close enough to pry mind plates open and go for the soft kill. You don't mess around with this kind of thing. Ends badly each and every time.
Another galaxy and there are still despots. When I was on security duty at the relay, colonies were attacked all the time. We trained the colonists and they started fighting back. Raiders didn't expect that.
The Angara already know how to fight. But the Archon, he's got an army to back up his crazy.
So he starts talking about, like, can't take half measures. I immediately start flashing back to that scene from Breaking Bad where Mike is explaining, he's telling the story about the guy. It's an absolutely fantastic monologue on half measures. No more half measures. No more half measures, Walt. Of course, he killed her. Sorry, if you're familiar with what I'm talking about, it's a fucking awesome monologue. Anyway, And Drac is the closest thing we have to Mike from Breaking Bad. Is it Mike, the old ex-cop? Yeah, he's the closest thing we got. Which means that as Walter White, we are destined to... well, I won't spoil Breaking Bad for you in case you're planning to go Netflix watch it later.
We're the new variable here. He can't predict what we'll do.
That is an advantage, so long as we play it right. You keep thinking about how you want to handle this.
I'll kill him.
We'll only get one real chance at it, won't we?
Yep, so when we take him down, let's make sure he stays down.
I wouldn't mind knowing what the guy is actually after. Not because I think we're going to, like, reason with him, but... Whoa.
Pathfinder?
Got any stories or advice to share?
Nope.
Does a pie jack scratch its butt?
Tell me more about fighting Ket.
Shoot stuff and don't die. Always works for me.
Tell me more about fighting Ket.
Shoot stuff and don't die. Always works for me.
Tell me more about fighting Ket.
Shoot stuff and don't die.
So I need to get, like, a
Always works
controller
for
with a
me.
rapid fire function, tape the control stick to the left position, and just also, like, weight down the rapid fire X button,
Tell me more about
and
fighting
just
Ket.
post, like, 4 hours
Shoot
of
stuff
this.
and don't die. Always works for me.
We can talk more.
So I really didn't like that last dialogue with Drac, because I felt like all Dragon totally knows what I'm talking about. He was complaining about the same thing in his Mass Effect 1 LP, which as I told him was going to happen, I started to watch and dropped off as soon as it got to Andromeda being release time. I knew that was going to happen. There were no illusions that I was going to finish that entire LP, although who knows, I might go back and watch some more of it later. But no, like, it keeps giving you, like, the option on your little wheel of things, and then you say something that doesn't in any way relate to what you thought he was going to say. Yeah, I know you are. I already talked to you before. I have to talk to you again? Mental wellness. Come by medbay if you have questions. Okay. I'm actually looking for Vetra. She's usually in here. She and Dret are just saying dumb shit. Well, there's the Moshai, who's all tired and doesn't want to talk to us. Although she said, I'm willing to talk to you. And then she's like, I can't talk to you.
Just need to rest up a bit while I recover my strength.
It's an odd phrasing. Rest while you recover your strength. When you rest and, or rest to.
In engineering, if you need anything, Ryder.
Apparently, I've got, like, various people who have personal mission plot advancement that can happen are, like, telling me where they are. Engineering is upstairs. Liam is... Did we already talk to Liam? Nope, there he is.
Liam? You're working pretty hard.
How are they working? You want to spill some drinks on the Citadel?
Started young. Smart little kid. Got angry a lot. Side effect of giving a shit.
Need to talk, or should I go?
Liam, what's going on?
We found
Holmes.
that facility on Vault. Kicked them in the teeth. Great.
Well, actually, you weren't there, but...
But the Ket still what people are. Everyone should have a stake in that.
Well, they do.
So I reached out. Trying to get resources moving in our own way and bridge that gap like I
Fuck,
did with
yeah,
Jaal.
I got you.
I can't get permission coming or going. The Nexus, everyone is all can't take risks with outsiders. I didn't come here so everyone could be goddamn outsiders.
I'm not Scott Hall or Kevin Nash. No, I was like, okay, so his whole deal, everyone should have a stake. I'm like, yeah, they do. And then he's like, and no one's doing anything. I'm like, yes, gotcha. We are outsiders, man. We're the NWO, man. Maybe it was how you asked. Oh, come on, that's a douche answer. We can't represent everyone. This is really tearing you up. We are outsiders. That's both of these answers are semi-coherent.
Liam, we're not from here, and never will be.
But we are here. We can't always be strangers. There's no room. I wanted this. Everything new. But eventually, it has to be normal.
Well, don't let Trump become normal.
I need something familiar.
I need something destroyed.
Can I show you something?
Oh, no, please don't take off your pants.
Anything from the Milky Way?
Of course I did. Me.
One or two things, but the weight limits were real strict.
I know. That's why I made arrangements. It's a proper petrol burner. 20th century. British. From when that mattered.
Wow.
My whole family works on it together, weekends. Like those are a thing in space. Know what we did? Friends in Hustle set us up good. They borrowed
Hustle,
us
I forgot about
right
Hustle.
before I went into cryo. And me and my father and mother loaded our car into it and pointed it at Andromeda.
That's very sweet. That's too sweet. That doesn't seem feasible. Yeah, like, I've been going with these right side responses, but apparently you are a robot. So he's going to go looking for his car?
It's a nice gesture, but you know you won't see it again.
Oh, it's a couple million years away at standard light. The important thing is, it's coming. And always will be.
Well, in a million years it'll hear.
I don't know what that means.
Doesn't have to mean anything. It's probably the best response you're going to get. This, I can see how this is like totally your romantic entry point with him if you're playing as Sarah, but I got to figure out who I want to romance as Sarah. I guess I don't have to figure that out at all, actually. What am I saying?
We do what we do. It doesn't always have to make sense.
I'll probably screw it up, Pathfinder.
Join the club. The screw-up started 600 years ago.
Well, I mean, the specific screw-up started 600 years ago. Humanity's made a lot of the screw-ups.
This will be home. It has to be. I won't let being outsiders stop that.
Humanity's made a lot of screw-ups. For one thing, MysteriousJG is doing an LP when he could be doing a comvid. Oh, Zerf, you better be fucking watching this. That was a complete waste. And I really enjoyed it, too. Doesn't have to have a point.
Sorry if things got strange last time we talked.
Yeah, they were pretty
You're
weird.
the first person I told about all that. It felt really good.
Glad to get help.
Anything I can do for my team, Liam.
Stuff like that goes above and beyond Pathfinder. At least I hope so. Anyway, made me think we should do more just out and about. Off ship. Like the market on Aya.
Oh, that's where the
Got
story's
some
heading.
contacts and some things I'd like your eyes on. But mostly, it's day out. Something familiar. Turns out I need that.
Going to an alien planet. You know, something familiar. Day out on Aya. Wow, we're really advancing all sorts of, like, personal stuff. We still haven't actually gotten to our regular old dialogue tree options.
Still waiting on our visit to Aya. Useful, but also fun. Looking forward to it.
Let's hang out with a beer. You're past. Let's go spill some drinks on the Citadel. Oh, we actually are going to go hang out and have beer. I thought we were just going to...
Hear that?
It's the sound of Gil wondering why we didn't invite him.
A moment of nothing. Enjoy it.
Aw, that's nice. I got yelled at once by a bunch of potheads because we were having... It was an alcohol evening, not a pot evening, but I was apparently talking too much because they just wanted to all sit around and like not do anything, and I was asking them what we were going to do, and they got really offended back in college.
Still waiting on our visit to Aya. Useful, but also fun. Looking forward to it.
I wonder if we can have another beer. Apparently we can. I wonder if he has something new to say.
It's out there somewhere. Another day, another million K closer.
Every little bit helps.
Are they just staring at that one screen this whole time? Because it looks like this to be some kind of Andromeda Initiative recruitment poster.
Still waiting on our visit to Aya. Useful, but also fun. Looking forward to it.
Your past.
Just checking in. I wanted to ask about you.
What do you want to know?
The people of hustle, loyalty, and respect. First of all, the car, I guess.
I have to know about the car.
We'd wrench on it as a family. Mom suggested it, and Dad liked a happy mom. That's how I fell into mechanical stuff. Armor and jump jets. Mom wasn't a fan of the second part. You know how it is.
Yeah.
I worried my parents from time to time.
That's a kid's job. I probably crossed the line a few times, though. Like jumping a galaxy. That's why I have to make this work. If I don't, then Andromeda was a mistake. I said goodbye to too many people to let that happen.
Does that include saying goodbye to the people of hustle?
Tell me about your friends in crisis response.
I swore I wouldn't tell anyone what they did. Stealing the shuttle for the car was above and beyond. Dondi, Base, Mazzy, Noel, Cap, and goddamn Hammond. The best people when buildings are falling down.
The most
Eventually,
British
I'll have
group
to
of
start
people
here,
ever.
you know? I promised.
Well, thank you for mentioning their names in a list. That is
We'll talk later.
telling me about them.
I know it.
Somewhere the Mass Effect Andromeda wiki has an entry on each of those people listed with a one-line description that says members of Hustle who used to know Liam. And that's all that it says. But they get their own entries in the wiki, I'm sure. All right,
Looks
Gil,
like
or no,
pictures of the
Ryder, I
exaltation
mean,
chamber.
Yeah,
Vetra.
the Ket are using some Angaran-made medical equipment. Could be a lead.
Oh, you think somebody is selling
Just
them
want
that
an
stuff
end
just so
on
that
the
they can do the
bastards.
evil?
If they ever got their hands on Sid, I'd...
Have a Ket for a
nothing
sister?
Sarah.
Sarah's an adult. What? Yeah, they can turn Sarah into a cat. No big deal.
I don't know what I'd do. We're all that's left of our family.
Well, you'd have to start a new
Same
one.
here. Sid was so little when our father left, and I was, well, her age now.
Did we ever establish what happens when any species other than the Asari mates with another species? Because you can romance aliens all over the frickin' place, but presumably, if you want to start a family, you're going to have to find someone of your own species. That's what makes this game so weird. I'm seriously thinking about this as a question that would have to be tackled. I've lost parents too, so get over it. That must have been hard.
You raised your sister by yourself? That can't have been easy.
Had to. I waited forever for our father to come home.
Is Veteran now forgetting that we just lost our
He was
dad?
involved with some bad things. Bad people. Eventually it caught up to him. There was nowhere to run.
Nowhere to
Not like a whole new
run to,
galaxy.
baby.
Is that why you came here?
Nowhere to
When you're young and
hide.
stupid, you make bad decisions. Piss off the wrong people. That sort of thing never goes away. Not for you, not for the ones you care about. I don't want to not come home one day.
I'm sure you're fine. You're too tough for that. Well, we can. I guess we can flirt with her.
Come on, you're strong, smart. It'll take a lot to keep you from coming home.
Well, you can go to another
Strong,
galaxy. That'll keep you
smart,
away.
but maybe just lucky. Luck runs out on you.
I won't.
Oh, come on, Ryder. I did select the flirt option.
I have a good feeling about you, Ryder.
Although I know you're romancing
I
Cora.
should get back to work. Talk to my people, see if they've heard anything. Chat later?
No, I need you to turn around, get too close to me, and then we can teleport apart.
I thought I hated the Ket before. Then we learned about exaltation.
I guess maybe I just have really bad
Can't
depth
even
perception
begin
in
to
this
imagine how
virtual
Jaal
world,
feels
but
about
I
this.
just feel like everybody is like an inch away from touching Ryder when they are turning, and then are suddenly at an appropriate distance apart when we cut to the next shot. Tell me about raising Sid, and how come when I see her on the Nexus, I can't have an interesting conversation?
I was curious about you and Sid, being on your own from such a young age.
Yeah, I really wouldn't recommend it.
What about your mother? Didn't she
Where
just
was your
tell us about her
in all
mother?
this?
Back on Palaven, I suppose.
Oh.
She was an awful person. All she cared about was climbing the ranks. She and my dad fought all the time. I think at the end they hated each other. When things were really tough, I thought about going back. But she wouldn't have accepted us. Whenever my dad did, destroyed any chance of that.
Rough. Rough.
Where was home? Palaven?
No, we'd already left Palaven by then. Whatever our dad was involved
That second
in meant we
rough
weren't
was for
welcome there.
Chaos.
I hadn't even gone to boot camp yet. Sid was barely a year old. We eventually settled in a mining colony in the Minos wasteland. 2 years later, our dad was gone.
Rough.
How did you keep you and your sister afloat?
I was barely more than a kid myself, so lots of unskilled work. Construction jobs. No one else would do the dangerous stuff, so I would. Being up high, crawling under things. I could shoot a gun, so eventually I moved into smuggling. Even more dangerous, but lucrative. We were never rich, but we got to comfortable.
Now, if you're good at smuggling, you're not really supposed to have to use a gun, but okay.
You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me.
What does I love hearing about your devastatingly shitty childhood. I'm gonna leave now. Yeah, she had a deeply shitty childhood, apparently. Oh, I gotta sit here to call it. I can't call it while I'm standing under it, or I'll get crushed. Gotcha. Makes sense. Yo, you in there? You radioed me and said you were in there. Apparently we gotta go talk to Jaal again, even though I thought we were kind of done with that.
Hey there.
Hey, yourself.
You're an all-star.
Question for you.
Shoot.
When all this craziness is over, you think you'll have kids?
Hello, left field. Why do you ask? Oh, we're not allowed to say yes or no.
Why is that on your mind?
Jill, the best friend I mentioned while you and Sam were cheating at poker.
Well, at least he remembers.
She's starting the initiative's first repopulation effort at Prodromos. It's all she can talk about. It got me thinking. At the end of the day, this whole thing, the Andromeda initiative, we're basically here to spawn.
Just figured this out. There were a bunch of filthy breeders. Those who survive. That's okay. That's too dark.
It took you this long to figure that out?
I told you, I didn't really think this thing through. But nothing we do here really matters unless we survive.
Right.
Jill's right. At some point soon, we better get busy making babies.
Right.
True enough.
Who knew this thing was just a glorified dating service? Eesh. The biological imperative is kind of a bummer.
I get it. I mean, is this heading towards him deciding... Is my Mass Effect escapist action game going to start asking questions about gay... I was about to say adoption. It's not adoption. I mean, are we getting into a thing where he has to decide whether he wants to artificially inseminate a girl that he likes, but he is not sexually romantically interested in because he's homosexual? Because that's a perfectly valid question for someone to have in their life, but I don't need it as part of my escapist adventure game where I'm hiding behind cover and shooting at things.
There are other ways to reproduce. It doesn't have to come from a romantic relationship.
I guess I could donate DNA, or however it works.
Mm-hmm.
You know me. Whatever my gut says in the moment, I do. I don't look back. My mum says that's how my dad was. I wouldn't know. His gut moved on before I was born.
A little like my dad. Like, okay, no daddy issues. I know.
I had no idea. It must have been hard.
Hey, I turned out all right.
No, not really.
He did his part. Brought me into the world. Maybe that's enough.
Well, that's all you're getting
Thanks
from him.
for talking, Ryder.
Well, you didn't help me one bit.
Would you mind taking a slight detour and dropping me back in the Milky Way?
That's
What's
kind
the
of rough.
problem?
Little something I just heard about called exaltation.
You're still here.
Guess you should have read the fine print on the initiative brochure.
Talks about the
Or
cat.
read it at all. I gotta start eating more protein and getting a full night's sleep. It'll take everything we got to get through this mess.
Good talking to you, Gil.
Anytime.
I think that's everyone. If I'm missing someone, it's someone who's made... Excuse me. It's someone who's... Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. That... Ooh, I just realized I normally cover the... I normally cover the microphone slightly and turn... Like, I basically sneezed right into the microphone that time. That was probably way nastier than it needed to be. I am sorry. Anyway, no, I think we've talked to everybody, and anybody I've missed is somebody who's made, like, no impression on me. But we did get a reminder of where Jaal is, even though I thought we were done with him, so let's make sure that there's not something else we need to do with him.
The Rokar go to Kadara and recruit the desperate.
Oh, he does have more to say.
The Rokar recruiter weaving his magic. Even I was convinced.
I've got to go.
I'll see you later, Jaal.
Oh, I thought I might go to
Stay
see what's
strong
going on with the
and
Rokar.
clear.
Seems like it's lagging just a little. It's weird.
My reports from Ephra regarding Aksul are worrying. I don't understand how the Rokar manages to recruit so many.
We have no dialogue options that will advance any of this.
I'll see you later, Jaal.
Stay strong and clear.
This feels weird to keep
Yes?
going up to him and leaving.
I'll see you later, Jaal.
Stay strong and clear.
Like, I don't think we're damaging some kind of unseen relationship with Jaal and Meter by doing that, but it feels really awkward. So we got, we're getting incendiary ammo and backup life support. So selecting those things that we were not getting as drops has not made them start being things that get dropped. We're so freaking close to level 30, and when we finally get it, I could be wrong, but I feel like we could potentially unlock a shit ton of stuff to research with our Milky Way data. Just because it was coming in, it was annoying me how much was stocking up. That's why I was going around getting like all these things up to level 4. I'm certainly not planning to build all these things. And the real irony is that none of the armor has caught my interest at all. The N7 stuff is clearly built for biotics in this game, and Hyper Guardian is just kind of generic defense stuff. Not bad. Well, melee damage is the main thing, other than health and shields that the chest will boost. Legs and arms and stuff are just health and shields. It's just not that exciting. But speaking of exciting, next time we're going to go to planet Aya and try to advance the story. I hope that'll be exciting. I sincerely do. I'm MysteriousJG. I want to thank you guys very much for watching and for dealing with my loud sneeze. I hope when we come back next time that you will be there. Bye-bye.